I decided to come to my first internship here because I was really impressed by the caliber of people. Reading papers in the field of computer vision and machine learning, there are a lot of names here who have produced a lot of the most recognizable work.
Microsoft has a great reputation for research generally, for a sort of a commitment to basic research and rigor and commitment to getting at the truth of things. And this centre has some of the best people in human-computer interaction, which is my field of study. And so it was great to get a chance to kind of meet some of those names and work with them and see how they go about producing such interesting work year after year.
A really cool mix of thinking and having fun at the same time, because you're surrounded the entire time by really smart people, to be honest, and people you don't expect to be so humble and kind to you.
So Microsoft Research Internship is a bit different from the other corporate internships that you do. Because here, this is not a corporate body, this is a research body. So whatever you contribute to the project is as important as any other person on the project. So then you have a sense of responsibility while doing it, and that kind of empowers you.
What I'm doing here is basically continuation of my PhD research, where I use neural networks mostly for analyzing brain tumors.
I'm working in a machine intelligence and perception group, and I'm working on fact-checking tools for the website. What I'm really doing is really playing detective. So I'm automatically identifying which facts are correct and which are incorrect. So I'm helping the people to identify the misinformation from the web.
So I'm working this summer on Project Malmo, which is, it's about using Minecraft as a testing ground for artificial intelligence.
So the project I'm working here is Pelican. So this project is basically based on rack scale storage structures. So we are designing systems for efficient storage of huge amounts of data.
Cambridge is a great place to learn, because basically it's one of the hubs, I think, in Europe and in the world on science.
So Cambridge is definitely a very interesting place. On one side, it's a town of hundreds of years of history. At the same time, Microsoft is located somewhere which is very modern, and we're actually doing, real-world research. Like exciting things are happening here.
The opportunity to work on projects that are both very technically interesting and could be impacting millions of users is the best part.
So the social life here is really, really cool. Amazing food, so many events happening, so many lectures happening.
I definitely feel like there's a very strong community among interns. So there's a very active intern email thread, as well as on the Facebook groups. People will often post like, oh, is anyone interested in doing so-and-so thing this weekend?
Just the chance to meet a whole lot of people that are peers of mine, that are PhD students or undergraduate students from around the world who are doing really interesting work in lots of different fields is fantastic. Is the fact that you can meet and talk to socially people here who are working on cutting-edge papers that then everybody else around the world will sort of next week be talking about.
Long-term looking at it is Microsoft here has managed to create an environment where you don't only work with these people, that you actually get to know them, and I feel like I could go back to my research afterwards in the future, and still if I would need the advice of some of these guys or a collaborator, for example, in the future, I could just casually drop them an email and they would be there. It's pretty cool.